Yo, what's going on guys, JinKseYJ, and in today's video I'm going to show you two of the new cars that's been added onto GTA Online, so let's get into it. So then guys, we get straight into it. The Pfister 811 or 811, doesn't matter how you say it really, but as long as you say it properly it's all good. But as I said, I think I've got about 15 sort of upgrades to do on this, pretty much like normal. But as I said, I've got the bumpers right here for you, and literally you've got some really nice bumpers on these. But I actually would have to say the painted front bumper is probably the best, to be honest. Well, with my sort of theme anyway. But you guys can have, well, whatever you want really. But I actually would say the actual painted bumper is the best. Then you can add the rear diffuser, or should I say the extensions on the back, to actually make it a little better. And I sort of zoomed in for you a little bit there, but you can actually do that as well, which I did add them as well, because it does look good with it. More carbon fibre, more the better really in a way. But and I said you got the exhaust as well, which is quite a change for this car, or should I say quite a change for all the cars. I think it's the only car with the exhaust up here, literally on the back of it. But as I said, well, as I didn't say, but literally you can have them on the top, and excuse me, literally it does transform the car a lot. You can have them down the bottom if you really want to. I actually do prefer them at the top, to be honest, but it'd be more realistic down the bottom if anything. Because obviously you got the spoiler in the way with the flame spitting out, so that must be one heated proof spoiler. But you know, but as I said, they do look really good at the top, and it makes a sort of a change as well. It makes your car look more unique, if you know what I mean. Then you got the roof, which is pretty good as well. So you got the actual normal roof, stock roof that it comes with, or you can get it convertible, depends which way you get it. But as I said, if it comes convertible, then you can change, or you can put the roof on it if you want to, or you can put the carbon roof on it as well. Then obviously you got the side skirts. You can have painted side skirts, or you can have carbon fibre, as sort of guessed. But as I said, it's just a really good car, and I sort of went for like the Superbird theme then, the Superman theme. You can have the Superman theme, which actually does just really suit this car, I gotta say, because obviously you got the actual full body. Then you got sort of, let's say, like the cape sort of roof in, let's put it that way, and then you can actually change the spoiler as well to the actual same colour as secondary colour, which is a really good thing. But as I said, I went for that. It does it really good on this car, and it does cost quite hefty, let's put it that way. It is 1.1 million, around 1.1 million maybe, something like that, if I'm correct. And it does, I would say it's worth it, to be honest. They are the stock wheels right there you get with it, but I actually changed to the carbon fibre, I think they are blade ones or something, blade. And well, as I said, cause it's got the little ring around it, so it does look really cool, because it has got a little bit of yellow just to blend it out as well a bit, and it does look really good. So apart from that, I actually do recommend this car. It handles really nicely as well, which you'll see in a second, and I just think it's a really nice, suitable car. Okay, it has a hefty price tag, but it is actually a really good car, so I do advise it, if you have the money, that is. But other than that, let's get cracking on with the other car. So then guys, this is the DewBauchee, not sure how you say it, but it's the DewBauchee 770. Well, obviously you can kind of guess where they get that name from, but it's actually a properly stunning car, and I actually would have to say it's probably one of my favourites on this game right now. Now they've added this, but as I said, it's a really good looking car. You can have a couple of upgrades on it, and literally it's just a fanatic sort of car, let's put it that way. Sort of new word added in there. But as I said, you got the nice sort of bodywork. Excuse the scratch on it there, but it took a while getting up that. But it is actually really nice little curves, sort of bodywork, sort of design, sleek design in it as well. And it's got a carbon fibre roof, big spoiler, which you'll see in a minute. I'll go into the garage for you. And there's actually the stock hood for that as well. You don't actually have a hood, that's a stock hood. And I just think, well, it's got pretty much got a body kit in it for you already, so obviously it's absolutely fantastic sort of car. It is pretty fast as well, and as you see, I've got the patriotic smoke on it as well, because obviously it is 4th of July. So pretty much it kind of sums up the whole car. Sleek looking. It is actually kind of like, let's say, a replica of the 177. Yeah, it is a 177, isn't it? the Aston Martin, let's put it that way. And it is pretty much a hell of a car, because I gotta say my favourite car is the Aston Martins, any of them. They are really good looking cars, and let's put it so I'd love one. And I crashed into a Prius. Great. But other than that, literally, I'm just going to drive to the garage right now. Literally, it does handle really good. I kind of tested it there for the handling, kind of. Yeah, I did lose control, but yeah, don't judge me. But, as I said, it is a really good looking car. And you'll just see the upgrades right now. So then guys, as we enter the garage, there is one thing to say. There's actually not a lot of mods on this. You can pretty much only have side skirts, exhausts, and spoiler. That is pretty much it, because obviously it's got lovely bodywork as it is, and all those curves and everything in there. Obviously, like, the front, you probably could put a splitter on that or something, I don't know, but it has got kind of, you can add a bit more onto that. But as I said, you got the exhaust, titanium or dual exhaust, not a lot, but I kept with the stock. You also got obviously free spray. You can sell it if you really must, if you're really desperate for money, because it is pretty hefty price tag. You got custom skirts, as I said. When you have skirts, you got carbon skirts as well, which I know most people go for, but I actually went for custom skirts because it'll match the actual bodywork. And obviously, pretty much the main feature of this car is the spoilers, because you can have pretty much, yeah, 4 spoilers, but that way. Low level spoiler, high level spoiler, carbon wing type 2. Obviously, the top two is pretty much low to high level sort of, yeah, spoiler wing, shall I say. And then obviously you got the 2 big ones right at the bottom. You got sort of the GT wings, but that way, but they've kind of called it the carbon wing type 2. I would say it's kind of a GT wing, but then you got the carbon wings. Well, a lot of people would go for that carbon wing type 2, so I kind of went for the carbon wings. I like to go different. I don't like having the sort of same car. But other than that, it is actually a brilliant car. I kept with the stock wheels. They actually are the stock wheels right on there now. Literally, I lowered it completely to the ground, because actually you can go quite low, surprisingly. But literally, I just chromed them a little bit more, and literally it just went like a beast, pretty much. But as I said, it's really good roar to the engine, even without the exhausts, because actually they do make a change. You'd be surprised. But other than that, it is actually a pricey tag on this car, I must admit. $700,000. It's not as bad as the Pfister 811, but it's still $700,000. You could pretty much get a good couple of sports cars with that. It is a sports car, by the way. So other than that, literally it's a brilliant car to have. I do recommend it, and go for it yourself, pretty much. That's all I'm going to say. But as I said, anyway, thanks for watching so much, and I will see you in my next video.